Greetings everyone, I'm Jyotishmoy Borua and you are watching Times of Uttaranchal. Welcome to today's news bulletin. Let's get started with top headlines first. In Kursk, Putin's army has surrounded 10,000 Ukrainian soldiers. Zelensky's diplomacy fails. Chaos in parliament, opposition attacks government over voter list, NEP and ASI. Government denies allegations. Rupees 25 crore heist at Tanishq showroom in Bihar. 2 robbers killed, jewelry recovered. Search for 4 other continues. Violence erupts in Saharanpur during India's victory celebrations. Police officer hides in a station to save his life. Uttaranchal University's SLA department is set to organize its first international psychology conference. Now, let's talk about the news in detail. The ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine has intensified. Putin's army has surrounded 10,000 Ukrainian soldiers in Kursk. Reports suggest that Ukraine's troops has trapped due to Russia's strategic encirclement. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's diplomatic efforts to halt the war have failed. Experts believe Ukrainian forces may have no option but to surrender in the coming hours. Moving ahead, Canada sees a major political situation. Its upcoming leader is a relative political newcomer, coming instead from a decade-long career in finance, replacing Justin Trudeau. Carney won with 86 of the votes in the Liberal Party leadership race. In his first speech, he criticized the US President Donald Trump's tariff policies and rejected Trump's claim that Canada should become the 51st US state. Carney also expressed a willingness to strengthen trade relations with India, marking a potential shift in Indo-Canadian relations. On the other hand, a Congressional Research Service (CRS) report highlights that the Indian Army cannot function effectively without Russian weapons. Recently, India signed a $248 million deal to buy new engines for T-72 tanks. The Indian Air Force relies on Sukhoi and MiG-29 fighter jets, while the Navy operates Russian-made nuclear submarines. However, the Russia-Ukraine war may disrupt the supply chain, forcing India to look for alternative defense suppliers. The opposition created an uproar in parliament over the voter list, the new education policy and the Archaeological Survey of India (ASI). Opposition leaders accused the government of voter list manipulation and bias in ASI's operations. The government denied these allegations, calling the voter list transparent and the NEP essential for the country's future. The session saw multiple interruptions as both sides clashed. Moving ahead, a massive robbery took place in Bihar's Ara district, where 6 to 8 armed robbers looted rupees 25 crore worth of jewelry from a Tanishq showroom. The entire crime was executed in just 20 minutes. During an encounter, police shot 2 robbers and recovered the stolen jewelry, while 4 others are still on the run. Security has been tightened and CCTV footage is being examined. Moving to the next update, celebrations over India's win in the Champions Trophy turned violent in Saharanpur. Clashes erupted when a procession was attacked with stone pelting by another group. A police officer had to hide in a police station to save himself. Additional police forces have been deployed and the situation is now under control. Moving on to the next story, the Enforcement Directorate (ED) conducted a raid at the residence of former Chhattisgarh CM Bhupesh Baghel over alleged money laundering and liquor scam charges. Congress workers gathered outside his house in protest. Baghel has called this a political conspiracy, but the investigation is still underway. Vicky Kaushal's film Chhaava has crossed rupees 150 crore in its 4th week, becoming one of his biggest hits. The film has outperformed Allu Arjun's Pushpa 2, which has crossed 140 crore so far. Experts believe Chhaava's strong story and Vicky Kaushal's performance have attracted audiences. The rivalry between these two films is skipping the box. Experts believe Chhaava's strong story and Vicky Kaushal's performance have attracted audiences. The rivalry between these two films is skipping the box office exciting. Another update is from Uttaranchal University, where School of Liberal Arts, in collaboration with the National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities (NIEPVD) and Kasturba Institute of Psychology Behavioral Medicine (KIPBM) will host the first ever international conference on psychology and inclusive education on April 18th and April 19th, 2025. This conference will provide a platform for psychologists, educators, researchers, and other experts to discuss psychosocial challenges in educational institutions and explore effective methods for inclusive education. Notably, this is a CRE-approved conference, and Uttaranchal University is the first university in Dehradun to host a CRE status-approved conference, and the first in Uttarakhand to host an international CRE conference. The conference will feature in-depth discussions on neurodevelopmental disorders, inclusive teaching methodologies, and psychological support systems. Participants will have the opportunity to earn CRE credits, interact with global experts, and contribute to the development of inclusive education and mental health policies. Abstract submissions are open until March 30th, and early registration closes on March 20th. Interested participants can register via the official Uttaranchal University website. With this, we come to the end of today's news bulletin. This is Times of Uttaranchal, and we'll be back tomorrow with more updates and stories that matter.